At the end of this topic, you will be able to identify the origin of the Rajputs, understand their struggle for supremacy, analyze the role of the Pratiharas. History is the study of the past. Historians have divided history into three broad periods for better understanding. They are the ancient period, the medieval period, and the modern period. The medieval period is further divided into early medieval period, which covers 8th to 12th century AD, and later medieval period, which covers 13th century AD to 18th century AD. The Rajput period, 647 AD to 1200 AD. The Rajputs lived in the northern part of India during the medieval period. They belong to the early medieval period. Harsha and Pulikesin II were the last eminent rulers of the ancient period. The Rajput rulers started to dominate the political history of North India after the death of Harsha till the 12th century AD. Origin of the Rajputs. There are various theories about the origin of the Rajputs. Different historians hold different views about the origin of the Rajputs. Some of the familiar views that they belong to are Surya Vamsa or descendants of Lord Rama, Chandra Vamsa or descendants of Lord Krishna, ancient Kshatriya families, Sakas, Hunas, Kushanas, Gujaras, and other foreigners. Agnikul Rajputs are born out of fire. There were 36 Rajput clans. Some of the eminent clans were the Palas of Bengal, the Chauhans of Delhi and Ajmer, the Pratiharas of Avanti, the Rathos of Kannauj, the Chandalas of Bundelkhand, the Senas of Bengal, the Solankis of Gujarat, the Tomaras of Delhi, the Paramaras of Malwa, the Guhilas of Mewar. Struggle for supremacy. Approximately 36 Rajput clans ruled over North India during the early medieval period. They were independent rulers and did not have a centralized power or authority to control their activities. They were not united and they were constantly at war with each other. They even failed to safeguard the frontiers, which gave easy access to the Muslim invaders to invade India at a later stage. The Pratiharas, 8th to 11th century AD. The Pratiharas ruled the northern and western part of India between 8th and 11th century AD. They belonged to the Gurjara race and so they were called as Gurjara Pratiharas. The founders of this dynasty was Nanga Bata I, who ruled between 725 and 740 AD. He had Kannauj as his capital. The Arabs of Sindh were defeated by him. Kathiawar, Malwa, Gujarat and other parts of Rajputana were captured by him. The empire was consolidated by Vatsaraja and Nanga Bata II. Among his successors, Mihra Bhoja was very powerful. He extended his empire from Kashmir to Narmada and from Kathiawar to Bihar. He stopped the invasion of Junaid of Sindh. Mahendrapala, his son, was also a powerful ruler. Magadha and North Bengal were under his control. Decline of the Pratiharas. The Pratiharas were able to defend India from Muslim invasion till the time of Mahmud of Ghazni. The last Pratihara king was Rajpala. During his rule, the kingdom was reduced to Kannauj region alone. After the invasion of Mahmud of Ghazni in 1018, the Pratihara power began to decline. The Tomas, Chandalas, Paramaras, Chauhans, Rathos and Palas became independent after the decline of the Pratiharas. In this topic, you have learnt the theories related to the origin of the Rajputs, the struggle for supremacy among the Rajputs and the lack of central power, the rise of the Pratihara dynasty under the Nanga Bata I, the fall of the Pratihara dynasty after the invasion of Mahmud of Ghazni. At the end of the topic, you will be able to understand the role of feudatory rulers of North India during the medieval period, identify their contribution to the society, examine the cause for the decline of the feudatory rulers. The Palas, 8th to 12th century AD. Bengal region underwent political anarchy during 750 to 760 AD. In order to end this chaotic situation, Gopala was selected by the chiefs as the king of Bengal and Bihar. Gopala ruled from 765 to 769 AD. He brought the situation under control and started the Pala dynasty. He ruled over Magadha and his empire extended over northern and eastern India. Dharmapala was the successor of Gopala. He defeated the Pratiharas and brought Bengal, Bihar and Kannauj under his control. He held sway over northern India. He was a Buddhist and he opened the Vikramasala University and many Buddhist monasteries. Even the famous Nalanda University was renovated by him. The Palas, 8th to 12th century AD. Dharmapala was succeeded by his son Devapala, who ruled from 815 to 855 AD. He was an able administrator. Orissa and Assam were captured by him, but his successors were weak. The Palas became powerful again under Mahipala, who ruled from 998 to 1038 AD. After his death, the Pala dynasty began to decline. The last king of this dynasty was Govindapala. Towards the middle of the 12th century, the Palas were replaced by the Senas. The tripartite struggle and the Tomas of Delhi. Kannauj was a fertile region in the Gangetic Valley. The Pratiharas of central India, the Palas of Bengal, and the Rashtrakutas of Deccan were constantly at war with each other for nearly 200 years in order to acquire this region. This is called as the tripartite struggle. This struggle weakened their power and gave easy access for the Turks to capture India. The Tomas found the city of Delhi in 736 AD. They were the feudatories of the Pratiharas. Nagarkot, Hansi, and Taneshwar were captured by Mahipala Tomar. In the 12th century, Delhi was captured by the Chauhans and Tomas were reduced to the position of feudatories again, the Chauhans of Delhi and Ajmer. The Chauhans became powerful during the 11th century. They were feudatories of the Pratiharas and made themselves independent in Ajmer. During the 12th century, they captured Delhi from the Tomas and Ujjain from the Paramas of Malwa. They made Delhi their capital. Prithviraj Chauhan was the most famous king of this dynasty. The Rathos of Kannauj, 1090 to 1194 AD. The Rathos captured the throne of Kannauj after the decline of the Pratiharas. They ruled from 1090 AD to 1194 AD. The last great ruler of the Rathos was Jaychand Roator. Muhammad of Ghori killed him in the Battle of Chandwar in 1194 AD. The Chandalas of Bundelkhand. During the 9th century, the Chandalas established themselves in Bundelkhand. Yasovarman was the chief of the Chandalas and he had Mahoba as his capital. The Khajuraho group of temples were built by the Chandalas. The Kandaria Mahadeva temple is the most famous of these temples. It was built in 1050 AD. The famous fort during their period was Kalinjar. The Chandalas' rule came to an end when Paramal, the last Chandala ruler, was defeated by Qutub bin Aibak in 1203 AD. The Guhilas of Sisodia dynasty was founded by Bapa Rawal, a Rajput ruler. He had Chittor as his capital. Alauddin Khilji captured the territory of Mewar and defeated the Goila king Rana Ratan Singh in 1307 AD. Queen Padmini, the wife of Rana Ratan Singh, performed Jauhar after the death of her husband. Jauhar is an ancient Rajput tradition of self-immolation of women after the death of their husbands in the battlefield to end their life with respect, to avoid capture, enslavement and dishonor at the hands of Muslim invaders. The Mughal rulers faced tough resistance under the Sisodia rulers, Rana Sangha and Maharana Pratap. The Paramaras of Malwa. Paramaras, the feudatories of Pratiharas, declared their independence in the 10th century AD. They had Dara as their capital. The most eminent ruler of the Paramaras was Raja Bhoja, who ruled from 1018 to 1069 AD. In order to encourage Sanskrit literature, he started a school at Dara. A lake of about 250 square miles was constructed by him near Bhopal. The invasion of Alauddin Khilji put an end to the rule of the Paramaras. In this topic, you have learnt Gopala was selected as the ruler of Bengal and Bihar region. Pala dynasty came to an end with the coming in of the Sena dynasty. The city of Delhi was founded by the Tomas in 736 AD. Chauhans became independent in the 11th century and started to rule Ajmer region. Rathos ruled over Kannauj region from 1090 to 1194 AD. The Khajuraho group of temples was built by the Chandalas of Bundelkhand. Bapa Rawal was the founder of the Sisodia dynasty. He had Chittor as his capital. The invasion of Alauddin Khilji put an end to the Paramara dynasty. At the end of the topic, you will be able to identify the nature of the Rajputs, estimate their literary skills, examine the contribution to art and architecture. Nature of Rajputs and their religion. Rajputs were brave, courageous and great warriors. They gave protection to women and the weak. The Rajput women were held in high esteem. They were well educated, they were ready to face death than be humiliated by the enemies. They performed sati or jauhar after the death of their husbands to avoid dishonor at the hands of the enemies. Polygamy and child marriage was prevalent in the society. The Rajputs were Hindus, but they encouraged Jainism and Buddhism. The Bhakti movement started during their period. Government. Feudal system of government was followed by the Rajputs. The whole kingdom was divided into several jagirs. Jagirdars were in charge of collecting revenue from the villages or jagir allocated to them. The Jagirdars gave a part of the revenue to the king. They also rendered military service to the king at times of war. Contribution to language and literature. Regional languages like Bengali, Marathi and Gujarati developed due to the contribution of the Bhakti exponents and folk singers. Some of the eminent literary works are Somadeva's Katha Sarita Sagar, Chand Bardai's Prithviraj Raso, Kalahana's Rajataragani, Jayadeva's Gita Govindam, Bhaskaracharya's Siddhanta Shiromani, Rajashekhara's Karpura Manjari and Bala Ramayanam. Chand Bardai was the court poet of Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Raso talks about Prithviraj's military exploits. Siddhanta Shiromani is a book on astronomy. Rajashekara was the court poet of Mahendrapala and Mahipala. Art and architecture. Rajput's art forms include mural and miniature paintings. They excelled in temple architecture. Their finest specimens include Khajuraho group of temples, Sun Temple at Konark, Dilwara Temple at Mount Abu, Lingaraja Temple at Bhubaneswar. Their other monuments include palaces at Jaipur and Udaipur, forts at Jaisalmer, Chittur, Mandu, Jodhpur and Gwalior. The Khajuraho group of temples is world famous and they attract tourists from all around the world. End of the Rajput Par. The Rajput rulers lacked unity. They did not have any centralized authority. The Rajputs did not maintain a strong army and they were constantly at war with each other. The disunity among the Rajputs encouraged the Turks to invade India and bring it under their control. These factors contributed to the decline of the Rajputs. In this topic you have learned, the Rajputs were brave, courageous and great warriors. Women were held in high esteem and they were well educated. Feudal system of government was followed by them. Regional languages such as Bengali, Marathi and Gujarati developed. They excelled in architectural skills and their monuments attract tourists from all around the world. The disunity among the Rajputs was the cause for their decline.